We're back, and there's been another patch recently, and Demeter has had some buffs, so we're going to be watching her be piloted today by Pegasus. We're going to be doing a point of view. I've started 4 minutes in. Let me know if this is something that you want to see in general. Just ignore the early game build if it isn't anything in particular. But, of course, he's built his Catascopus. Well, he hasn't built that guy. That guy's just scouting around. He's built his Orpheus. His Cyclops is through, and Iolus comes in. Not sure how to say that guy still. But the Cyclops is going to come over and put some early pressure on. Now, what changed about Demeter? Well, there was a whole bunch of things that changed. And as we go through, we'll see exactly what it was. So probably one of the main ones, though, is that she now has a real fortress unit. She no longer has the Harpy. The Harpy is moved over to the temple, and she has an Amazonian archer or something to that degree. Basically an Amazon that has a lot of range, and it's going to be nice to use that one. Pegasus playing a kind of an early advance time up against the Thor here. The Thor is P-Waz. I'm not sure who P-Waz is, but a high-level account. And just putting on some early pressure with his heroes, Cyclops, and also some Hippias. It is a great idea to do that up against the Thor, as Thors build their Dwarven Armory. We haven't actually seen that one's gone down, but if you've gone for a really late advance time, I'm sure you've gone for that one, even though the villager numbers are pretty equal. They do start with one less, and he is at one more, so the Dwarven Armory definitely did go down. There's also a Valkyrie coming over to raid Pegasus's villagers, and that's fine, because Iolus back in action, and he is going to be the perfect counter to this Valkyrie, because he is just straight up faster than her when she's snared, but not when she's at full speed. So if he can keep snaring her up, then she will go down. But if Mr. P-Waz just runs in a straight line, she should be okay. But her raiding days are definitely behind her, and actually he is just going to get rid of this one. We also have the Blood and Bones pack on. So I did just make a video about the Blood and Bones pack. What do we want to see in terms of the sliders? There's a lot of toggles and things to change with the Blood and Bones pack. So I've got it on 5% for the kind of blood that spatters out like that. And then the pool on the floor should be at 30%. Although maybe if it's in the Fog of War, it doesn't show up. There is a nice skeleton from the old Cyclops there. And Orpheus, Hippias, Toxotes, all coming forward. Iolaus still a little bit hit by that Forest Fire, but that is Forest Fire down. It was a nice kind of defensive wood line that Pegasus had. So unfortunately for him, he has exposed his gold mine. He has killed off the Valkyrie, which is probably the best raiding unit that the Thor has. He obviously can build more, and he has built one more back here. Pestilence cast down, and Pestilence does mean that you get line of sight of the entire area. It doesn't just mean it's slower training time. So Pegasus wants to put some pressure on right now. Does manage to take the temple out. Taking the temple out for, any player, but for a Norse player, just feels horrible, because you need to invest a lot of resources back into it. You also need one of your army members to build that back up, when normally when your temple goes down, it means that you're being aggressed on, and you can't really do that. So the Hippias, for some reason, wanted to run back rather than hit the house. Just funny Hippias things. Valkyrie coming back for round 2. Where are the heroes? The 2 white dots are forward. So this is going to be a lot of damage coming through from this Valkyrie. Should be able to get a kill. If you turn around and shank with one of the other ones, it should snare her up. But no problems anyway. Does manage to go into the town centre and not go down. And there's about 1,000 gold left of the Thor's gold mine. He also did use the Dwarven gold mine a little bit earlier. And the red splatter coming through. I think I do like it. I just don't know whether I've already got it on a little bit too much. What is it? Oh, it's because I put this one to medium. I'm gonna leave it at medium for this one. I think having it slightly lower stops how big that kind of splatter is. Because when you have it on extreme, it looks absolutely crazy. Anyway, huge wall for Pegasus on this side. The Valkyrie going to be looking for some more trouble. There's one really low HP villager there. And one thing about Demeter is he can get this upgrade at some point. The only problem with it is it's not going to be able to show me, is it? Oh, no, it is. I just looked at the wrong thing. It is 40 seconds. So you basically stop training 2 villagers to be able to heal up your current ones. So if you can get more than 2 from kind of this 13 HP here, back up to full HP, then I think it's probably worth it. Or unless your micro is just insane, like Pegasus is. I mean, also his reaction time, whereas he sees the Valkyrie coming and he's going to immediately get those low HP ones back. But I think at some point, especially for common players like myself that don't have the quickest reactions, then it's going to be nice to get the villagers back into the sentry tower and at full HP and give yourself more time. Sacrifice 2 villagers now to hopefully have more throughout the game. But Pegasus now has stopped building anything else. So I assume a heroic age is coming through. No, it's not. It's a village center. I love it. Maybe that's what P was expecting. Maybe some sort of heroic age when he stops seeing the villagers or the units come through. One villager does go down. These ones are going to have to run back, but they have 45 food left in the zebra anyway. And the Pegasus village center next to the gold mine is absolutely huge. I love it because village centers are better for Demeter anyway, because because they get more damage when there's units in it, and they also get more HP when there's units in it too. But if you build next to a gold mine, everything builds quicker. So this is a perfect place for a village center. And if we just move over to Mr. P Wars, I mean, is he ever going to check there? I think maybe he should at some point, as there could be some huntables over this position. If you are him, you might be able to assume that there is. I mean, there is also there is gazelles, there is a gold mine. So there is an option for the Demeter player to be over here at some point. And this is what I mean. Oh, unfortunately, this villager just doesn't want to get through. That is unfortunate, but nice snipe from the Thor. Got to get that whenever they can. But now it's time for that tech, in my opinion. Maybe you can get it from the village center. I mean, then it's a bit slower though, so you do have to worry about that one. Hestia is going to be coming through from the village center, and that does come through at normal time of 75 seconds. And Hestia is going to be the archer goddess. So he does have an option here to go Ares, which he's already done for the archer tech, which gives them more damage. Then the Hestia tech gives you those bouncing arrows. And then if you go Persephone, you then get the gained attack speed when your other units... If your infantry units go down, your archers get more attack speed. Or you can just go Hera and just go, well, I've already got 2 techs, and they're 2 pretty insane techs. We'll see what he decides to go for. But Hestia is going to be the choice. And we see that the Thor hasn't built a second town center yet. Does he know yet? He doesn't. He's also on this gold mine. Nicely snuck by him. Don't know if Pegasus knows about the gold mine. No, he doesn't. It's one of those things. This is the map Giza. Some of the gold mines do just spawn kind of wildly. You can see this one's quite close to the edge also. You can assume that there's one in this gap, to be honest, because there's one back for our blue player himself. So you would assume there's one back for the red player, but I mean, it's not going to be in this corner. Very, very unlikely to spawn right in the corner. So it's probably in this area, maybe here, but there is a cliff here. So it kind of almost has to be here, which is wild. I mean, I don't think I would notice that during a game, but then when we've got the chance to stare at the mini map and not think about anything else, it's kind of obvious, which is funny. Which is why I kind of like these point of views also, is you can see what the players could see if all they had to do was pay attention to the map. But triple archery range come down. This is the tech. It's called Fated Arrows. Yeah, it's called Fated Arrows. This is the bouncing tech. Also getting the ballistics. Pre-Q in the ballistics. Does he have the Ares upgrade? Yeah, so this kind of gives you mini ballistics. It attacks a little bit quicker, so you can hit more shots than you otherwise could. And the tree was the other thing. The tree got a bit of a buff. The tree got a buff, Icarus got a nerf, and the big boy hero, King Midas, he got a buff. So all sorts of changes, but the Hamadryad got a buff, and I don't like the change, to be honest. I think Hamadryad was weak in this current state, but then when she becomes a tree and explodes, she was extremely strong. But the problem is that she was so weak when she wasn't a tree that she just wasn't usable. Whereas now they've buffed every part of her, even the bit when she when she cloaks herself and becomes a tree. That bit was never bad. But anyway, I digress. What can you do? At least Demeter got some love, and he does become a tree. The inconspicuous tree, right in the middle of the desert. Something about this map is, yeah, trees only spawn on grass on this map. Just so if you want to be Demeter and you want to spawn some funky trees in different places, just put them on grass. Just put it here. Oh, funny. Anyway, heavy soldiers, ballistics coming in. Also, you can't, like, if it just sits there, where's she gone? If she just sits there for 10 seconds, or I think it's 6 seconds now, she will become a tree. It isn't like you can kind of stop her becoming a tree. Gold mine in the middle. Does PWAS know? He still doesn't know. It's wild to not check, though. Not for the village center. I think that's... I don't think anyone's going to expect Pegasus to go into a village center there. But you would expect that this is the gold mine that's being grabbed, for sure. Knowing yourself that you have a gold mine in this bottom side. Dwarves also out on the Rhino. The Pegasus of Pegasus does manage to spot that one. And the PWAS army is absolutely massive, because he's hit this kind of timing here where he hasn't spent that many resources on villagers compared to our Demeter on 1.75 town centers. So you do have to worry about potentially just straight up losing a fight. And Flaming Weapons comes down as well. It's kind of a pretty good Flaming Weapons for Pegasus here, rather than for the user, because the units are already split. The Hippias here can just run away from the boys. Just sacrifice your sexy Hamadryad lady. She can go down. Unfortunately, going to lose all the Hippias. That's not ideal. These guys could run away for free, and there was a wall here for all the Toxotes to retreat from. So our Thor player here is getting some value from the Flaming Weapons. This here, he can just kind of kite these guys back. He doesn't even need to. Archers, be strong. And I think that kind of evened up the fight there, considering he was down on the population as well. Is going to be getting through that watchtowers in case he was getting aggressed on by some more of these Pursers, like Helgi the Sharp. And there was a communal hearth that got dropped down that I really wasn't paying attention to. So the herdman going to get snapped up. Also managed to get himself a raiding cavalry, which is cool. So it does get medium raiders from that. I guess it's because it's the exact same upgrade. It's like if you steal an elephant away, I'm pretty sure that elephant doesn't get heavy cavalry, which technically it should affect it, unless I'm just completely wrong. But I'm pretty sure that I've seen that happen. Archery range going down. The storehouse on this bottom side. Another kind of side gold mine. Couple of walls up would be nice. Fortress here if he really wants to, but fortress in the middle, so probably won't be. Just a little cheeky wall. Don't even need to do the 21 gold wall. Just right in this corner here would be a nice one. There's going to be bronze weapons, shaft mine coming in. And I think Pegasus, he's in a pretty good spot here. He's up against 1 TC because his scout does spot it. He's also got his other scout on this side. Scout on both sides, knowing that there's no town center going up. Of course, the Thor could have gone for a village center. It's just not something that people really do. Even though the game's been out for, I don't know, whatever it is, a year and a half at this point, we very rarely see the sneak of a village center. I think it's something that you really do need to start doing. We need to start seeing a little bit more. Never really mentioned the relics, but there was ranged soldiers get divine damage, which is ridiculous, considering the pure Toxotes army that we've been going for here. Human soldiers do more damage to buildings. It's just a nice to have. Role players Zeus. Myth units cost less favor. If you're going into Cyclopses, that's good. I mean, I guess he can go into the trees just to try them out. Or maybe even go in the Mythic Age, could go for some Medusas, would be a pretty good option. He is getting that 2 farms on the town center, get you 10 extra population. I think this, for anyone who thought Demeter was weak, this tech alone just makes her insane in the late game. If you can just sit back and get your 3 TCs, get that upgrade. It's crazy. You need farms up on your TCs, farms up on these TCs, and you just end up with a ridiculous amount of population. And we'll see what happens here with the Toxotes Ball. Communal Hearth dropped on the back. Kind of almost sitting there just for a building so that the Toxotes can't get surrounded as much as they would have, or as much as Red would have liked. Portable Rams going for the Communal Hearth, everything else backing away. That was not the play, because that means you can just steal the Portable Ram away. Is this something that can be repaired? That'd be pretty cool if you can repair it up. Bring a villager over. Wonder if you can. I think my hotkey is H. You can! Get your boy over here. Even get some walls around it. Why not? But just managed to steal away a Portable Ram, which is definitely nice. And it is going to be a Hera angle. I don't know if he's going to spot this relic, though. Myth units cost less favor. I mean, he is Demeter. He's also put his temple in such a good spot here, where you can bring your goats around the town center, and these guys will be getting extra favor. He's got 11. It's going to be the trees. Hammer Dryads. Toxotes coming forward. I think Pegasus is one of the biggest fans of just the pure Archer Ball. It's so strong against Norse, unless they go kind of pure Huskarls. But even then, the Huskarls, they're not quick enough to actually catch up with these guys. It isn't like the Shinobis where you can hit a button and they're 2 speed quicker for a few seconds. Maybe that's what the Huskarls need. They need a super zoom up against the Toxotes. Obviously, you can go for the raiding cavalry. That is an option. They're just not as strong. The Huskarls are strong units. They're just not too quick. And actually, Pegasus really wants this house and is going to lose. You see that when the Huskarls get onto the archers, they do insane damage. It's just trying to get them there, considering that the Toxotes do have a small bonus multiplier against them also. Whereas back in the old game, there were so many exceptions where if an archer did bonus damage versus infantry, it would be infantry, but not Huskarls. And I don't know, maybe just give them even more pierce armor. But then does that make them broken against other things? I don't know. It's kind of a tough life to balance this game. Nice attack on this gold mine up this top side. He still didn't. Oh, he did notice that there's no gold mine here, but it was taken. Nice fortress up on this side, though, is managing to push the Thor off. Town center grabbed. Double fortress on this one, so he's not really going to be touching that one. Portable ramp coming over to deal with the fortress. And is the Dryad going to be a tree? There's a tree here. Tree here, tree here, tree here. Okay, it's also put them on no attack stance to make sure that they do become trees. Look at them go. You could have just put them together. We'll make sure we're going to look over here to see if the Dryads get triggered. But Hera will be coming through. Copper shields as well. Third town center. The village center now kind of irrelevant once you're up to 100 villagers. But it definitely did its job. Gold mine for the Thor player, as he does have access to as much gold as he wants, really. He's got 150 favor, so he can even drop another one after that. And that is going to be Hera. And is it going to be the Medusas? Yes, it is. Monstrous Rage. Oh, this was the other buff that I just completely forgot about until now, is Medusas get the Fated Arrows tech. So this Fated Arrows does extra damage for your bouncing of your units. This Medusa should get that one as well. Is this only for Toxotes, though? This is just Toxotes. Okay. I was wondering why she didn't get the Ares upgrade, but it's because it's only for Toxotes. Makes sense. Whereas Fated Arrows is just for archers in general. So mass Medusas could be pretty scary. And this is the main change, is these guys, is the Heavy Amazon Archer. Now, she might look familiar if you played the game, but she's different, I swear. Anyway, Heavy Amazon Archer. I feel this was a kind of rushed change by the devs. Of they realized that people didn't like the the Harpy in place of a normal human unit. And if only they had people that told them. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, they know now. Champion archers. So they have 26 range also. So they are kind of like, they attack quite slow too. I do like them though. When they're champion, they do look a little bit different to Hippolyta herself. I like this kind of version. I mean, I haven't played AoE 2 in ages, but I used to like the I used to like the, oh my god, is it the Britons, which have the longbows, where they have something similar. They just have a ridiculous amount of range and very slow attack speed, and then when you get loads of these guys, they are so strong. But a bit of a difference with the Amazon archers is you can only get 10. You can also get Argive patronage here, and you can see it's a little bit different. So you now don't get Medusas, you get these archers instead, which I really do like that change. I hated that Hera moved over, and for some reason Demeter could get access to the Myrmidons. It just didn't make any sense to me. So definitely glad they've changed that one. And the Medusas continue to come out here. How many Medusas are we at? We're at 6. And the Hamadryad, he's just trying to spring the trap. I think he wants to aggress because he's in such a good spot, but he wants to spring the trap because this is, you know, this Civ has been out for 1 day in terms of the new version of it. So just wants to play with all the new toys. But I don't think he was going to come over here anytime soon. Pretty much a full value lightning storm because the Thor just didn't move from it. That is strange. The longer lightning storm goes on, the stronger it is. So if you move out within the first 5 seconds, you basically take no damage. But if you sit in there for the whole time, you take max damage, and it makes it look OP when it's like that. If you stay in it for the entirety of it. In comes the Medusas. They also have crush damage. Only a little bit, but it does end up being quite significant. I don't think the trees are going to get any action here because Pegasus is just forcing his way through. That village center just gave him such a big eco advantage. And now he's in the Mythic Age. He's got his archers. He's got his Medusa archers. And he's got some more archers. The Huskar is probably not going to be enough, especially after that lightning storm. The lightning storm was just lights out for Mr. P was. Yeah, the Huskar was trying to come through the back, but I don't think it's really going to do much. I mean, we did get to see pretty much everything new about Demeter. The only other change that I do recall is if you were to go Persephone instead, the farm aura, the farm healing situation is now, it's a circle around the farm heals units, so you don't actually have to sit in it, which I think is a little bit better. So what you could do is if you had a position like this, a forward fortress, you could just drop a couple of farms down and have that as a kind of healing point, and I think that does make the tech somewhat viable. Whereas before, you would have to build loads of farms to be able to get your army in it, and it just didn't really make sense. Yeah. Demeter favor goes oof, so he could use Pestilence. And it looks like Pegasus is just like me. I never know when to use Wither, because it just, I don't know. Wither feels busted to me, and I almost feel bad using it. You're just like, right, you don't get berry bushes today, but it could have been pretty strong if he did it on the starting berry bushes against the Thor player that he was rushing, to be fair, but always save it for next game, and then you'll get 2.